The types of clients that I specialize in are adults with ADHD or those who may think they might have ADHD or are otherwise struggling with executive functioning. So, some of the common issues we might see here are things like procrastination, even on things you really want to work on, or being really, really distractible, disorganized, those kinds of issues. That also leads me to working with folks who identify as neurodivergent for a wide variety of reasons. This is an area that I try to approach with a lot of humility and really trying to work with you to understand your experience and find ways to work with your brain towards what is most important to you. I do also, I've trained as a generalist. So I work with adults, for a wide array of issues. Some other common areas I tend to focus on are folks who are struggling with anxiety or avoidance. That's definitely a big topic. So, how I would describe my approach to therapy is broadly cognitive behavioral. So my background training is in CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, which is really present focused. We're focused on what are some of the thoughts and actions that are you're struggling with right now. But I really take more of a third wave approach to CBT. So I use a lot of acceptance and commitment therapy and mindfulness based interventions. So it's not necessarily about whether your thoughts are right or wrong, but can we just accept, okay, these are the thoughts I'm having, these are the emotions that are showing up for me. Can I embrace them? And can I still live the life I want to live, even if these difficult thoughts and feelings show up? I also do a lot of organizational skills training. So things like, learning how to use a planner in a way that works for your brain to help you organize your life and activities. So much of my work is focused around helping people build the lives that they want to live, and maybe to let go of some of the rules that we've kind of been taught or the messages we've internalized about what that should look like. So I find myself talking a lot with clients about avoidance, about how we try to get away from some of the difficult thoughts, feelings, and things that show up for us. And that avoidance can take a lot of different. Uh, it can look a lot of different ways. Sometimes that's scrolling on our phones. Sometimes that's I'm going to stay up researching for hours instead of like jumping in and making the decision, right? And sometimes that's sleeping. It can look a lot of different ways, but really why we end up focusing on avoidance is because it can be really toxic. It's both so natural, but we can get stuck in this cycle where we're so focused on getting away from what we don't want that we're not moving towards what we do want. I also bring in mindfulness into a lot of my work, even in tiny, tiny doses, right? Whether that's a formal meditation or more informal practices. Just how do we get a little bit more present in our own lives and appreciate what's here right in front of us? I love talking with people. I love connecting with them, and really, there's something about the kind of problem solving kind of like let's think through and can we recognize some patterns. Um, I also I really love being a group therapist, doing the groups that I do, and just some of my favorite moments are when group members turn to each other and support each other or share, just those lived experiences that can feel so isolating of like, oh, I felt like my brain is so weird, or I can't do this. And then to when they see that in another group member, it's just a really, really beautiful moment. There's so many times that the group members surprise me, and I learn so much from their wisdom and the skills that they've gained. So I found that really rewarding work for sure. For folks who, if you're considering trying therapy, but you're a bit hesitant or uncertain, one thing I might suggest is for you to share that uncertainty. If you do take the first step, if you do have that first appointment, that's totally normal and fine. And it is helpful as a therapist for you to come up and be like, I'm here, but I'm really not sure about this. Right? Um, it's really important for me to kind of be transparent and clear and work together to make sure you're getting what you need. And that includes, hey, I'm really uncertain, I'm really hesitant, right? That's helpful.